the Jew fro.
Hell yeah, bro. I love that so much. The Jew fro, dude.
Not that I'm Jewish, but not that it matters.
Fine.
That's what it's called.
Hell yeah, bro. I love that. Guys, welcome back to the Carmichael Show. It's the one and only podcast. It's been a long hiatus, but you can see we got the studio back. We're recording today with Jack. He's a guy I met very recently on a very good friend of mine's D&D show. They film every week. Check them out on Twitch. It's Down to Die. It's pretty cool what they got going on over there. Bunch of different shows coming out as well, so it's all happening. We just sort of hit it off, and we got a lot in common. We were just talking about a few of the things that make us laugh and what we like, and now we're here. So welcome to the show, man. We're gonna start off with the pickle juice shot. Everyone has to go through this. Some people hate it, some people love it.
Pickle juice.
It's spicy pickle juice.
Spicy pickle juice.
So I hope you like spice.
I do like spice.
It's actually my favorite thing. I have given it out to people for like birthday presents and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Like a whole bottle. Yeah.
Nice. And do you watch them drink it?
Yeah, usually I have one with them. I love it. So
okay.
I'm really about it. Cheers, man.
Cheers to you. Yeah, I like it.
I'm about it.
I like it. And I like the spice too.
Yeah, it's something about it. You wait. In like 20 minutes, you're going to be feeling something. Because there's vodka in that, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, look, I don't know why. Everyone opens up way more when they had spicy pickle, and I don't know why. But they do. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I did some whole pickles in there. It's good.
It's good, man. I really enjoy spicy things. Spicy things are my jam. Like,
spice is sick.
I used to go out to town with a friend, and there used to be this place on not Good Street, freaking Hindley Street, called Burp. It was a burrito place,
dude. Yeah, I know the place. Yeah,
it was a burrito place. This was before burritos became like a big thing. Before Zamboros,
way back in the day down,
Guzman
bro.
And Gomez. This is like way back in the day. I think the trend at the time would have been like hamburgers. Hamburgers, there's a hamburger place on every corner now.
Fuck yeah.
They're not as popular as they used to be.
So true.
But anyway, so we'd have a big night out. And we'd always go to Zamboros because, not Zamboros.
Zambies, man.
Freaking Burp.
Oh, Burp instead?
Sorry, Burp. Because burritos, they're freaking good. And I remember my friend was like, one time we're absolutely trashed. They had a whole line of hot sauces.
Okay.
Right. And he goes, what's the hottest hot sauce you got? And the guy's like, it's this one called Satan's Blood.
Yeah, it's always got some name like
when you're
that.
Drunk, you're like, fuck yeah, Satan's
hell
Blood.
yeah,
Give me
dude.
some of that stuff.
It's always some hell crazy name in there, like Reaper's Paste.
Yeah, like the Devil's Fist or something.
100%. Yeah, have a Devil's Fist. It's true.
Anyway, so we get these burritos, and these are big burritos.
Yeah.
Like, they're basically the same as what you would get at Zamboros. So they're like like that.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe like that,
Yeah.
And I see him grab the hot sauce, and he puts one drop at one end and one drop at the other.
And that's it.
That's it. And
man.
I don't know how it works with hot sauce, but it's measured in scobles. And I have no idea how they measure scobles. How the hell it's
I'm not
measured.
exactly sure either. I know like a jalapeno is like 20,000.
Yeah, but the hottest is like a ghost pepper. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's even higher than a ghost pepper now. They've like bred a whole bunch together.
Yeah.
And made it even more. I think it's like 1.6 million scobles.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Something crazy. Anyway, back to my story. So, one drop at one end, Satan's Blood. I'm pretty sure it was like just over 1 million scobles. Or something close to that, maybe just under, So we get these burritos, and I remember you'd take a bite, chew, swallow, breathe for like a good minute, then you take another bite, chew. It's like,
Yeah, damn, man.
and it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating. Like, I know, like, the whole idea of like a chili pepper is basically to try and stop people from eating it.
Yeah, it's a defense mechanism.
It's literally a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
But eating chili, it's exhilarating for me. It's like, you know
Okay.
how some people, like, they go on a roller coaster and you get that whole feeling of, like, dropping down, like, a big hill. Like, it's exhilarating. Like,
You get that rush.
I get that rush from eating chili.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have that. I love chili. I love hot food, but I never got the rush like that.
Yeah,
Never got that rush.
I get a huge freaking rush from eating chili.
Okay.
It's
Do you
crazy.
you like Chinese food then?
Yeah.
Like a hot pot?
Yeah, hot pot. Freaking love hot pot.
Love
man.
hot pot, bro. I'm
I
a massive hot
love
pot fan.
man.
Yeah.
Like, there's this place is just my trainer was telling me about it. There's
Yeah.
a place that's just opened up on Goodger Street where you make your own hot pot
Yeah.
and then they bring it over to, like, you pick what you want, they make it for you, and then they bring it over to you.
Yeah.
So the whole social aspect, like, you know, normally it's like you grab the things, you boil it in front of you, and then you boil it in front of you, and then you kind of like serve it as you go.
Yeah.
There's this one where it's like, it's kind of like being at a restaurant almost. You pick what you want, they boil it, and then they bring it over to you.
There's a lot of them around. Like, there's one down the road from me, and you do that. You go to the fridge and you pick all the stuff. It's all right, but I do prefer the old school sit down.
Yeah,
you
of
just sit
course.
at a big hot pot, bunch of people. You order a bunch of ingredients. So good, so fucking good, man.
Yeah, man.
If you're a fan, I'll take you to some place in Goodger Street.
Fuck yeah.
You're gonna love it. It's because Alice doesn't like going there because she doesn't really like hot pot that much. But I had like lamb's brain there once.
Lamb's brain.
Yeah, like you can get like a whole lamb's.
Well,
brain,
dude,
man.
like,
It got me fucked up, man.
I'm totally open to trying lamb's brain. Like, one thing I absolutely love at the moment is ox tongue.
Yeah, sick. Yeah,
Ox
okay.
tongue. It
yeah.
is so freaking good for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you're bulking up, you know, like, want to put on some muscle, it's just all freaking protein.
Yeah, no
It's
shit.
ox tongue. There's no fat in it.
Yeah.
And one thing I really
Super
love
lean.
freaking ordering on Uber Eats when I don't feel like cooking
Totally get it.
is I get Donburi ox tongue. It's literally just ox tongue and rice.
Okay, yeah, dude. I'm open to it. I reckon I've had tongue before, in Japan, and I did try horse when I was there. It was alright. Like, I'm super open to all different types of meats and different offals and stuff. I've had like the hot pot places I like to go to are very traditional, so they have a lot of traditional ways of eating it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like traditional things that you would usually eat. So like there's chicken hearts and giblets or giblets,
Yeah,
whatever.
I've had chicken heart before. Like, chicken heart is weird. It's like kind of chalky.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know how to describe it either. Like, it's not bad, but I wouldn't say it's great.
Yeah. Well, when I had the lamb's brain, bro, that was something else, man. Like, it is like eating. Oh, it doesn't really have flavor. I will say that, but it's a texture thing for me. I couldn't deal with it. It was really mushy. It really is like eating a cloud, but then
Eating a cloud.
yeah, and you're like eating it, and you're like, oh yeah, fuck, this is a brain, dude. And you're like try not to fucking get sick, and it's a hell traditional place. You try not to like upset anyone, you know.
But isn't lamb's brain? Isn't that like an English delicacy as well?
I think is that
Like, it's really like traditional.
Yeah.
Like, you know, up there with
like lamb's fry or something?
you know, like spotted dick.
Yeah.
And all that.
Bro, oi. There must be.
Bubbles and squeak.
Yeah, I'll have my jellied sausages, please. Like, yuck on the jellied sausages.
Chalk it up to the English, man. Like, their food is terrible.
And yet they have like the most Michelin star restaurants in the world. So.
Do they?
Nah, I don't think they have many, but they do have a lot. It's like, I think it's funny. All the Michelin star restaurants in England are French. It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
that makes...
that's funny.
Well, thing is with French, like, even French food, I don't quite understand.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
it's... I feel like snails and frog's legs are something that was literally created as a delicacy just so that they can laugh at tourists. No freaking joke.
Well, every single cultural food in the world is something that's derived from poverty, right? It's like because they didn't have much, you know. A very Aussie tradition would be like fairy bread, right?
Fairy bread.
Yes, but that's a very Aussie thing, right? Where else you go on that? It's because we were poor during the war and the Great Depression, and they're like, how can we make it a better, you know, white bread with margarine and hundreds of thousands? Yeah, 100%. Or like the meat pie, same sort of fucking deal. Let's just get all the stuff that's not good. We don't know how to cook it.
And just try and make it look
Put it in a gravy. Yeah. And you put it in some pastry and you just deal with it. All foods are like that. Like all the foods, you know, or maybe it was easier to like grow something in a certain area, whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I guess that's also part of the reason why Vegemite is so popular.
Yeah.
Vegemite is so traditional. Like it's so funny how Vegemite is just, it's like a family tradition. Your kids grow up on Vegemite. Like if I ever have kids, if they don't like Vegemite,
yeah, what the fuck's going on?
Get the hell out of my
Dude, I'm giving them up for adoption or something. Damn, bro, I'll give my kids away. You know?
Nah, I mean,
it's
not that serious, but it's just kind of like it's one of the few traditions we as Australians have. Like we don't have a lot of tradition in comparison to other countries. I envy other countries for having so much tradition and culture and stuff like that, and because we were only created about 100 years ago, we don't really have all that much tradition.
That too, but like, look, Australia's very multicultural, which also means that we don't ever build our own culture. Correct. So like, the more multicultural it gets, the less culture we have.
Correct.
The less of any of that we're gonna have. It's more like it's like going to like a big party and everyone's from a different area.
Yeah.
And they're all special, but we don't have anything together except for just being at the party.
Well, it's like, describe what Australian food is. What's Australian food?
Yeah, it's like Italian.
It's
English.
a lamington. It's a lamington, a meat pie, and a sausage roll.
Yeah, and a pavlova. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, you're dead right.
It's like I used to. I was engaged to a Brazilian.
You're engaged?
Yes.
This guy was getting married. What the
I was
fuck
engaged.
is going on?
I was supposed to be married last August.
Oh shit, dude. You know. Okay.
But I was engaged to a Brazilian. I went out with her for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And it was, when it comes to the craziest thing, you know how we have our Australian barbecues?
Yep.
Brazilian barbecues put Australian barbecues to shame.
It's way better. It's a way better.
They put almost everything we do to shame. Yeah. Even drinking.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know. Aussie's pretty good drinkers,
like,
man.
We are, like, we're definitely up there.
Yeah.
But the amount they drink in comparison
it's
to
a lie.
It's like, it's so much more traditional.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like literally every time there's a Brazilian party.
Yeah.
The whole tradition is that they spend the whole day cooking meat. Like they will, they buy this rump steak called picanha.
Okay.
Picanha, which is a certain cut of meat. I don't know. I think it's like more towards the belly.
Okay.
And it's this really big, juicy piece of meat.
Dude, my mouth's watering.
They cook that.
Yeah.
And they cook it, salt it, and serve it in such a way. You don't get the meat itself. Basically what they do, they cook it, and then someone will walk around with meat. You'll have a beer in your hand, and you'll just pick at it. They do that the whole entire day. They do that from, 10 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock at night. And it's just such a great experience.
Sounds so good, man.
It's so good.
Sounds so good.
It's so good.
Again, but Aussie barbecue is born out of fucking poverty, and it's not good. It's like, meat patty and a snag.
You're comparing Brazil to Australia right now.
I am, man. I'm saying that doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense.
I'm just saying, man, like our shit is like a snag. So just like the cheapest pork and whatever else, other mystery meats and bread you can get together, and you could buy like 20 of them for $3. Like, yeah, yeah, that's on the barbie, you know, and like because I know I've had like good sausages here. Had a big barbecue, heaps of people over, family and whatever, big barbecue, and I bought like gourmet sausages, like lamb and rosemary or something, and they're like, "Fuck, these are so good." It's like, have you just never had a half decent barbecue before? Is this snooty? I don't know.
I feel like with sausages, even though they're freaking gourmet, you know, with rosemary and honey and all that shit, it's still a freaking sausage.
It's still a sausage,
it makes
right?
no freaking difference. You can get the ones from like, you know, the Coles or Woolies
So
sausages,
true.
you know, like the $5 ones.
Yep.
And it'll still have the same effect.
Yeah,
you know?
no, you did right. You did right. That's what I mean. But that's all of like Aussie barbecues like that. And even like I've got friends that do like smoking and stuff. That's like all American stuff. They cook like American now. It's like, yeah, the American barbecue is sick. But it's not Aussie. Like Aussies didn't come up with like some really cool way of cooking food. It's like always like, you know, lamb on a spit. Oh yeah. So like Greek and Italian.
It's all,
all
multi. Well, no, we came up with, you know, put the shrimp on the bar.
Put the shrimp on the bar.
And we don't even freaking call it shrimp. You know, what the
Fucking
hell?
Paul
Shrimp?
Hogan, man. Paul Hogan, bro. As if he did that to us, you know.
I know, like we don't even have shrimp. Well, I think the difference is shrimp comes from a river, prawns come from the sea.
I thought just the Yanks call them shrimps though, no matter what.
I might be wrong,
but I think they are different species.
I'm pretty
still.
sure, like, because my parents recently came back from New Orleans.
Oh yeah, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, love it.
And their big thing over there is shrimp.
Yeah.
Right, and that's all from the river.
In the boil.
Yeah.
In a big boil.
And they boil it up in a big pot, and that's all from the river.
So good.
And it's called shrimp. I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure shrimp is from a river, prawns are from the sea.
Yeah.
Right, and prawns are they're a bigger thing over here than...
But we don't have prawns, shrimps in the river.
I don't think we wouldn't have shrimp.
Have you had yabbies though?
I think I might be wrong again, but I'm pretty sure yabbies are in the same field as shrimp.
Well, I guess it's sort of like a crayfish, but very small, I guess. But they're in the river, you know, you can get them in dams and stuff. They are fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I'll eat yabbies all the time. I would say they're easily way better than prawns.
Yeah.
And I'd eat them over lobster as well.
Really?
Yeah, they're so good.
Dude,
they're so good.
That is such a big goal.
Yeah.
Because
it is.
I freaking love lobster.
I reckon you might be a changed man. It's actually, they do remind me a lot of the, I want to watch like the Louisiana boils.
Yeah,
it'll be like crawfish.
Yeah,
they look like they're crawfish. That's what they are.
Craziest thing about lobster, man, is we are literally eating the cockroaches of the sea.
100%. Yeah, they are the cockroaches.
Like they are
of
the cockroaches
sea,
of the sea. They eat all the grime and shit
Yeah.
on the bottom of the ocean.
And they're like...
they're a freaking delicacy.
Bro.
You know, it's like, why...
It's true.
Why would we eat lobsters and not eat bugs?
I don't know.
You know, like bugs are... People go, ugh.
It's a great question.
Like bugs.
It's
You
the
know,
same
whereas
thing, though.
literally, like, they are bugs.
But could you
themselves.
imagine yourself sucking the meat out of a cockroach though? Or like hundreds of them. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, I
you
couldn't
know?
do it. I couldn't do it either. You need to go on freaking that Fear Factor shirt, you know, with Joe Rogan. Like that really
Bring
old
it back,
one.
Joe.
You know, yeah, bring it back, Joe. You know, where it's like get all these American girls to eat like lamb's brain, sheep's brain.
Yeah, testicles and
Yeah.
I remember seeing
bull's
one-
testicles. I remember watching one where they ate bull's testicles.
I remember watching
Far
one
out.
that was like they had to eat. It was like they had all these different types of animal penis.
Yeah.
And it looked boiled. It didn't even look like. I feel like you could eat it if it was like had some spices, maybe barbecued. I don't know. But this shit looked boiled, and it was like they had to spin a fucking table thing, and you'd have to eat the penis that you got, like you landed on.
Different types of
yeah,
penis?
man. There's like big ones and like smaller ones from different animals. It was crazy, bro. It's not good. What a show.
Far out. That was all. Was that the 90s or the 2000s?
Early 2000s, yeah.
2000s,
Yeah, early 2000s.
Before Joe Rogan really kind of cut it big.
Yeah. I think MTV was like one of his first things that he really did that was like, around.
That's when he first, so like, I'm pretty sure he was always in media, but that was when he and then it wasn't until he started with the UFC that he kind of...
Yeah, so from what I understand, a lot of like fighting background or whatever, loves martial arts always, and then he like was always a comedian. He was always a comedian. And then landed the Fear Factor job, and that was I think that was the first one that really like pushed his career in terms of like being a face on TV. I'm not really sure what else he did besides that in UFC, though, to be honest.
It's like there's a lot of things that a lot of people that are famous in America that we have no idea about. Like,
well, we're here.
One of the most
in Australia.
One of the most famous American comedians, and he makes a lot of freaking money. I forget his name, but he plays this character called Medea.
Okay.
Medea. And it's literally like every single movie is like Medea does this or Medea does that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And he's like one of the highest paid actors because of these movies that he makes.
It's so crazy.
It's all very African American, like very orientated to that crowd. But it's still incredibly popular, and it's amazing how much this guy is so famous in America, yet we don't know anything. I only know about it because of South Park.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
Where he's in it. And I'm just like, who is this? You know, and I looked him up and I'm like, wow, this guy has made so many movies with this character and makes so much money off his character. It's insane. Like,
I love it. I think anything that's like creative like that, I'm all for. I actually think it's amazing. Especially being able to play characters and, have that fluent sort of way of thinking and coming up with new ideas and then just being immersed in that. And that's something I like about what you're doing at the moment, where over at Dan's.
Yeah.
Because like you're playing characters as well at the moment. So you guys just did you guys just finished a campaign. Is that right?
Yeah. So Dan was running this campaign. Dan is the dungeon master.
Yeah.
In D&D. He was running this campaign for about 3 years. I honestly don't really know very much about it. I was part of that campaign for about 6 months.
Okay, yeah.
And then he had the big finish, the big finale, and we've just recently started a new one, completely fresh, completely different. This one, he's kind of going for, it's very creative. He's going for like a My Hero Academia kind of thing. In this case, it's the D&D concept, so we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different stories, and we're there for different reasons.
Yeah.
The whole premise is that we're there, it's hero school.
Yeah.
We're there to learn how to be a hero and how to be a hero properly.
Yeah.
And being a hero properly, that's all down to what Dan considers acceptable.
Okay, yeah, see, that's kind of cool. I love that he's got the input like that. And he's super creative.
Incredibly. Like, he's put so much effort into it, and it's insane the setup he has. I every time I go there, I just cannot believe the setup he has.
Yeah, well, I went there for the first time the other day, and as soon as I walked in, I was like first person there, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? This is sick, man. Like, he's put so much money, so much time into it.
And even just creating like the models and stuff.
Oh man,
like that.
I was sitting there, and this is what shocked me a lot, was we were sitting there, and the last episode that they ran, basically everyone's on like a bit of an adventure, and they're going to try and save some cats that they've noticed at a house.
Yeah.
Right. And like, it's just super cool. The way he like creates a story is awesome. But they like walk up to this house, approach this house. There's cats, and it looks really decrepit, and it looks like the cats aren't being fed or looked after. And so these characters, everyone enters in through the front door, and they're trying to save all these cats. And one of the characters, she's trying to make friends with. Friends with one of the cats.
One of the cats, yeah.
And next, the floor disappears as it all crashes down and falls into the basement. And the basement's full of urine and
shit. Yeah, it's just a big pile of shit.
Yeah,
and it's straight pile of shit.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is because we've just started with level 1.
Yeah, right.
So we're level 1, level 2. So literally in D&D, when you're such a low level, practically anything can kill you.
Yeah.
So we literally had to handle they did. I wasn't part of the episode, but they had to handle a crazy cat lady throwing cats at
So
them.
good.
And
not only that, but because it is live and it is an interactive media that you can use, there was a guy that was watching, and he was like donating at the time, and he was creating his own wishes. They're called. Which I thought was really cool, but he was making it harder for them.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
he's like, I want everyone to die.
Yeah.
And so like he's decided to add like all different sorts of things into it. And this is the thing that I was like, and when I was there and I noticed this, and I'm not sure if anyone else really, I don't know if anyone appreciated it the way I did, but one of his wishes was that there would be a creature that has, how do we say, like, I'm not going to say created itself, but from all the poo and the urine and all this disgusting, it manifested. That's it.
Basically, and we have a lot of regulars.
Yeah.
Who like to fuck with the show.
Yeah.
Basically, and it definitely makes it more entertaining because
for sure.
they contribute X amount of money. They kind of bend the show to their will, so to speak. And the best thing about that is Dan is so creative and knows how to put that and make it fair. Sometimes you get people that kind of want to fuck with it too much, and he will look at the chat and go, look, that's a bit too overboard, but I'll do it like this.
Yeah.
And it always seems to come across fair when he does it, So, but that is the most awesome thing. It's not just a show like a lot of people would know Critical Role.
Yeah.
Critical Role is very good because they have a lot of incredibly talented voice actors. And Matt Mercer is a very interesting DM, but there's no audience interaction. They go there, they do what they need to do. Everything is kind of pre-planned.
Yeah.
And they interact in their own way, and then you watch it.
Yeah, sort of like a TV show.
It's a TV show, literally. Whereas the way Dan is created Down to Die is it's all about audience interaction.
Yeah.
You want to give the party health potions and be cool and help us out because we're struggling. Hey, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You want to donate X amount and basically manifest the crazy cat lady inside a giant poo monster.
Yeah. Which happened. Not only that, but this is the thing I was most impressed about. Dan's like, no worries, I got you, fam.
Yeah.
Walks off. And he fucking pulls out a minifig that he's made or whatever. And it's like the thing.
Yeah.
It's like he's got the perfect fucking thing to symbolize exactly what everyone wants to see. It was awesome, man. I was like, this guy.
Yeah.
Super
it
invested.
wasn't a poo monster or anything like that, but it
symbolized,
like, it was basically like.
It was some goo.
There's an enemy called a gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
Right. And basically it was like a gelatinous cube, and he put her inside the gelatinous cube, like indicating that. Yeah. And it was very, if all those 90s babies have ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was very Great
Yes.
Mighty Pooh.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was a great Mighty Pooh. Dude. Oh, what a game! What a game,
Yeah,
bro!
what a game. Yeah,
Oh,
very
so good.
Great Mighty Pooh. It definitely
Hell
brought Great Mighty Pooh vibes.
Dude, I sunk so many hours into Conker's Bad Fur Day, man. So good. What a good
And
game.
yeah, look, it's a lot of fun. Like it's the best thing about it is I enjoy acting and
Yeah.
doing voices. Like one thing I've always wanted to do is be a voice actor.
Yeah.
And I know there's literally nothing in Adelaide when it comes to
Yeah.
voice acting. So this is just something I enjoy doing, and I get to play a character and have a different voice and stuff like that. I mean, like the character I'm playing at the moment, I've literally copied most of Matt Berry.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I love Matt Berry.
Yeah, okay.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah. So it's an excuse to put on a Matt Berry voice.
Why not though? I think,
Yeah,
and
why
that's
not?
the best part. Is like you can make it whatever you want it to be. But everyone's just got awesome chemistry there, and I just really liked being a part, just for the day, even just a part of it. It's super cool, super organized, and and weekly. So check it out if you guys,
Yeah.
if you guys can. I'll
It's
leave a link.
It's a lot of fun, and I feel like D&D is definitely it's becoming the next big thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like there was a day and age where comics weren't socially acceptable.
Yeah,
But
now they
then
are.
suddenly all these movies come out, Spider-Man, Iron Man,
So
all this
true.
stuff. And now it's just everyone knows Spider-Man, Iron Man, everyone knows the
Yeah.
comic lore because of the movies.
Absolutely.
And it's incredibly popular. And I feel like because of things like Stranger Things and
Yeah.
D&D movie, and people are starting to jump on the D&D bandwagon and find out all about it. I mean, even you see celebrities like Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello, he's a huge D&D nerd.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I think he was on Critical Role. Same with like Vin Diesel.
Does
Stuff
Vin
like that.
Diesel play?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Vin
That's so
Diesel was on
crazy.
Critical Role.
Yeah. Okay.
Or he was on one of those D&D shows.
Yeah, right.
And people love it, man.
Yeah.
It's just because they're already actors. It's literally they're just doing what they do.
Yeah, and it's just like for fun. There's no expectations. It's super creative. Yeah, no.
It's
a lot
improv.
of fun.
It's all improv. It's like if you ever watched Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Love the show.
I freaking love that.
Love that show, bro.
It's all improv. You're given a scenario, and it's all about what you do in that scenario.
Yeah.
As a particular person.
I think bringing the camera in actually really elevates it as well, because you do want to put more of a performance on. You seem like, I feel like you take more risks or make it a little bit more fun than you might usually.
Yeah.
Like, I think super, super cool. Like, we had Dan on a few years ago when I was filming, and like Eilish, my partner, she remembers having him over, and she was just like completely entranced in like him explaining to her how it all works. Actually, I will say you need someone that's good like that to be running it too. Like, and that's what's good about Dan is he can do, he knows the game, he loves the game, and he's really good at building a scene up, making it interesting, and making it fun.
Well, he loves it. He wants to make that his full-time job.
Yeah, awesome.
He wants to make he loves D&D so much that he wants to make that his full-time job. He has literally started. I'm pretty sure there's a website called Start Playing.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Right.
Where you get hired out to be a DM online.
Okay.
And he's already getting people hiring him to
No shit.
to do things online. Like I remember him mentioning that there's this American couple that he DMs for once a week.
That's
And
crazy.
he gets
Okay.
paid, he gets paid good money. It's American bucks, man.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay. Cool.
it's something that it's something that he really enjoys, and he's really passionate about it. And Down to Die definitely shows that.
Yeah, 100%. You guys got to check it out. It's it's a lot of fun, and you 100% can tell.
Yeah.
100% can tell. Even just like just being there around it, 100%. Like even just seeing the behind the scenes stuff and looking at like how we're filming it, you know, the programs they're using and whatnot. It's like, oh, there's so much here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
There's so much here.
He's set everything up. He's got everything planned. There's things that are going to happen, and we just kind of roll with the punches.
You guys ever done anything that was like no one was expecting it to go this way, and it's like had to come something completely different than what was planned?
Well, for me personally, and it was definitely like one of the most stressful moments. And the thing is, when it comes to me personally, I react a lot, you know, because I'm so invested in the particular characters that I am. If something happens, I freaking react.
Yeah,
you know, I get upset.
Yeah.
You know, and people like that.
Yeah.
So people strive on that. They want to see me get upset.
Yeah.
You know, so in this particular case, it was the last campaign, and I was playing a kobold.
Yeah, can you explain that so people know what a kobold is?
A kobold is like, it's like a little lizard creature.
Yeah.
Right. So they're draconic. Mm-hmm. So they're like similar to a dragon, but think of like a little four-legged little lizard dragon creature.
Yeah, very
similar
small.
to like
Mulan, the Mulan dragon.
No, like,
would you say that?
Everyone knows what a goblin is.
I guess you could say like a dragon goblin.
Yeah, like think of it as more like a lizard, a reptilian kind of goblin.
Yeah, and they're always drunk, from what I understand, right? They're always drinking.
No, like that's dwarves. I'm pretty sure that's dwarves, but kobolds are fun. They're mostly used as like enemies.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I didn't know you could play as one, so when you told me, I was actually surprised.
It's quite interesting, like the playable races you can play.
Yeah.
You know, and I really liked playing a kobold.
Yeah,
because it gave me an excuse to talk like this. You know, which is quite fun.
Yeah, this seems fun.
It was quite fun because I was playing with this other guy, Ethan.
Yeah.
And on set, when we're filming, I'm this big guy, and Ethan is quite short, and he's playing this fighter, you know, a fighter dwarf.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like, his name was Borgus, and he talks really deep and loud like this. You know, you see him who's like short next to me, and I'm talking like this next to him.
No, awesome. That's awesome.
Anyway, so I'll be back to my story. So I was playing Scratch, the kobold, and someone had actually sent money to Dan. They were so invested in Down to Die. They're like, look, I've got this character, and I really want you to bring this character in at some point. Dan goes, yeah, no worries. So the whole idea is that we were at this camp. We just finished this big mission, and then this tiger-looking creature shows up and is really invested in my character. And I was going through this stage where I was discovering what I was, so to speak, discovering my powers, blah, blah, blah. He's like, like, I know all about you. I can tell you all about it.
Okay.
And like drags my character away. And he ends up being this thing called a Rakshasa.
Okay.
And a Rakshasa is basically like a demon tiger.
Right.
Right. And my character is a sorcerer, which is all about magic, using magic. Magic is my bread and butter. If I don't have magic, I'm practically useless. This character is resistant to nearly all forms of magic. He lured my character away, right? And I'm literally trying to run away from this thing as it attacks me.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
I try and fly, it can fly. It's freaking chasing me. I'm screaming for my life. You know, I'm screaming so freaking hard. You know, and everyone else is at a party getting drunk, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
I'm stressing the fuck out.
Resolution Kobold.
Yeah, I'm stressing the fuck out, right? And then eventually people catch up, and the thing escapes and runs away. We kill it later on, but it's just that wouldn't have happened if this guy had not said, I've got this character, here's some money, can you put it in? That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
moment, that like peak moment would not have happened. It was very stressful for me, but I look back on it now, and it was actually like a lot of fun.
Yeah, like a good memory though.
A good memory. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
And there's been a lot of other ones with other people where things like that have happened. As well, and that's just it's all part of the fun.
Yeah, awesome, man. No, I think it's great. I'm gonna be going around there a bit more, just annoying the hell out of Dan.
Yeah, dude, you totally should. Look, honestly, like I highly recommend to Dungeons and Dragons to everyone. Like, I feel like it's not considered the nerd thing that nerds play anymore.
Yeah, no, it's definitely starting to change.
It's kind of more socially acceptable.
Yeah, for sure.
Now.
Yeah,
and everyone should get involved because there's not enough. I don't feel like there are enough things where people can be creative and use their imagination anymore.
No, it's so true. Especially with like the progression of AI, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff on that topic you can get into. But I would just say like things that are becoming the mundane that a lot of people hold on to, but as being their like their own sense of entertainment, I guess you could say, is slowly dying out, which is forcing people to be more creative, more unique in those different ways. And that's probably why D&D, like the more the AI goes, the harder it will be to have people like the further AI goes with this, having people that are good at being creative is going to be so much more important in the years to come.
Absolutely. Like there's, even as time has gone on, AI has kind of just taken over everything. Like even with like kids shows and stuff like that these days, they're just not, I don't know, it's because I'm older or what, but you watch kids shows now and you could just tell that they're just not as creative as what they used to be.
No, it's not, man. It's very boring stuff.
It's very like, it's all about colors, flashing lights, and just lots of running around impacts, like very ADD-esque.
Yes, no, absolutely. It's probably created a lot more for like ASD and ADHD, that type of stuff.
But it doesn't have to be. Like, that's the only way they keep kids' attention. The only way they keep kids' attention is by bright flashing lights, people go, running around, colors, all that kind of stuff. Ooh. Like, it's not...
this looks good. Thanks, babe.
Thank you so much.
Is that a GNT?
Yeah. Perfect.
GNT on that way.
Thanks, Arledge.
She's a bless her. What an angel.
It's like even like kids shows way back when, like you watch freaking Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that kind of came to mind. But you know, I freaking love Thomas the Tank Engine. That had a story.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't ADD-esque. It was literally just trains. And
I guess that actually kind of is
Ringo Starr.
That kind of is ASD
talking over guitar.
Yeah, well,
you know, like there wasn't. It wasn't particularly colourful and particularly.
Yeah. It's almost like.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I do. So I don't know why, but this correlates slightly, or maybe just does in my brain. I think to myself about pokies here, and like now the pokies, like or gambling machines or whatever, are designed in such a way that you'll like play them and then you want to play again. You want to play again. You want to play again. It's almost like they've done all the fucking R&D on it.
Yes.
And now it's like, how can we get the peak viewership? And it's just always being at that like level of 11 the whole time.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like pokies that, you know, it's bright lights, noise, sound.
And it's the right sounds, it's the right lights.
It's all particularly created in order to keep you addicted.
Yes.
You know, and that's... It's almost like you're introducing kids to gambling.
Yeah, it's almost like a form of brainwashing in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what kids are, and that's the reason why kids are addicted to iPads and other
Yeah,
things
and
like
shit
that.
parents.
Yeah, well,
And shit parents.
that's the thing. Like, I
this
feel
is
like
good.
people rely upon
I
iPads
don't mind
and
this.
other things like that way too much now because they don't know how to look after their kids properly.
Yeah, man. Look, even like, so I'm 30 now, and one thing I've noticed, like a lot lately, is just how anxiety ridden people younger than me are.
Yeah.
They're terrified to talk to people out and about. They're terrified to like go and meet new people. We went to a party last year. And I don't think there was anyone there over the age of 24. Like, so we rock up to this party, and I'm very charismatic. I'll make sure I meet everyone in the room,
Of course.
that type of situation.
I'm the same.
Yeah, that's why I think it's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
But if we go to a market store or something, like Eilish has her own business selling. We've got like herbal teas and different remedies, like skincare products, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. She's telling me about it earlier. It's quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her on for another episode so I can actually like delve deep into it. But so when we go there, I make sure I fucking meet everyone.
Yeah.
At the market, you know, because you never know what you're gonna find, who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know. We've actually met someone. I met someone there last time, and they have products that we could use to make our products. So, you know, we're collaborating on that, and you know, that's how you make business deals, man.
Absolutely.
People don't have that anymore. In this party that I went to, I was like, hey, how you doing, guys? Hey, you know, being loud. No one even looked at me. It's very, very odd, bro. Very odd. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went and shook someone's hand, and they were just like super weirded out by the fact that I'm at a fucking house party saying hello. Bro, like that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. And it's crazy. Like those skills,
Yeah.
they're disappearing more and more. And I feel like the more kids are getting older, and they're all these iPad kids, it's all the people that grew up on the tech.
100%. I blame technology.
Yeah.
I 100% blame technology.
Yeah.
Like it's the fact that it's compulsory to have a laptop
Yeah.
now at school.
Yeah.
Like everything is all done on a laptop.
Weird. It's actually hell weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. Like we're 90s kids here.
Yeah, we are.
You know, we'd talk about freaking going to computer class and stuff like that. You know, we'd have computer lessons and things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas now,
Yeah, actual. Like them Pixar.
it's the same way. You know, I don't think kids would know how to write.
Yeah, true. Like no cursive. Definitely no cursive.
People don't know. I don't think kids know how to write anymore. They're not learning how to write because they're going straight to computers.
Dude,
Like,
I didn't
they're
even think about
learning.
that.
They're learning how to type first.
Oh shit.
So writing is antiquated.
Yeah.
You know, in the same way that books are antiquated.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't feel like libraries are going to exist. So,
Nah, even if you go to like your local library, a lot of they're like mostly empty. Or like they're not like what they used to be like anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure every single book that exists you can find online at some point.
Yeah, you
Scan
find somewhere.
every single book. So libraries are antiquated.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, like there's no reason for a library to exist
Yeah.
because, to be honest, I prefer reading a book over a Kindle or whatever.
Same.
You know,
Same.
I mean, books will still exist, but they just won't have the same impact as what they used to. You know,
Very
like
true.
having textbooks and class and stuff like that. You know, it's all on PDFs on computers now.
Yeah.
Like you don't need a textbook.
There's something about reading something from a computer screen and seeing it in front of you and reading it from a book, though. Maybe that's me sounding old.
No,
But-
like I'm 100% with you. I would rather read it from a textbook.
Same.
But
It's something
just-
about it. I feel like I take in the information so much better.
Yeah.
Do you find that like you actually gloss over? Like for me, I gloss over if I'm reading like an article or something. I'll read it, but I'm not reading it like how I probably should be.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm getting that key bit. Yep. All right. I've got a pretty general idea of what's going on, but I couldn't recount it to you.
I mean, I have ADD, so I've problems reading from a textbook.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I have problems reading from anything that I do not find. I mean, part of the reason why I love D&D is because I'm so freaking passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that, I could tell you everything under the sun because I love it so much.
Yeah.
That it's just, that has my full concentration.
That's good, man.
When I have something that I just could not care less, I can't maintain that information. That's the problem I've always had. Like when it comes to me, if I need to remember something, it's literally trial and error. I need to do it 100 times before I remember it.
Yeah.
You know, I need to build something 100 times before I get it right. It's that's the only way I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine, man. I get it. Like for me, I don't know what I have. I got something. Never been diagnosed, but I get super bored super quickly. But when I'm onto something, I can't stop cannot stop learning it, and I will hyper focus for months. Which I mean has definitely got pros and cons. Like I find that because I get interested in so many different things. I know a lot about a lot of things, but then I never sit there and like master the one thing.
I'm 100% the same.
Like I play a really good bard, I feel.
It gets to a point where you learn enough that you're like, okay, I know enough about that now.
Yeah.
I don't really need to know anything more specific.
Yes.
I just cannot be bothered.
Yeah.
Learning anything more specific because I'm bored of it.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's why it's interesting. Like that's why D&D is always interested me. And I know that, like, I play Baldur's Gate 3. That's based in that same universe, and I've always loved like role playing games and stuff where you create your own story. You know, I remember playing Mass Effect a lot when I was younger.
Dude, Mass Effect is great.
So good.
Mass Effect is great, especially the second one. That second one is
no, it's the best. Hey,
second one is the best.
100%. I couldn't agree more. So like I've always loved that sort of stuff, and I feel like this is probably just that next level. For me, I've just always struggled to find people that that love that sort of stuff as much as I do. So then, like many of you guys, is like, oh, this is awesome.
Well, that's the problem I originally had.
Yeah.
You know, I was always fascinated in D&D, but obviously I grew up in a time where it wasn't socially acceptable.
Yeah, no, it's like you're a loser if you play.
Like you're a fucking loser. You like D&D.
Yeah.
You know, so I would get the Dungeon Master's Guide and I would read that in my spare time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't read it, but I would, like look up like freaking Monster Manual.
Yeah, no.
You would look at all the really weird and interesting monsters that exists.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, and it's just so freaking so creative and so fascinating.
Yeah, that is pretty
like
sick.
that is the Monster Manual is that's just creativity to the max.
Yeah,
like the people that made D&D, it just
awesome.
Anyway, like I would read that stuff, and then it would get to the point where I would look for people that were also interested, but you wouldn't see it because people would hide that because it wasn't cool, and it wasn't until
I know exactly what you're talking about.
until maybe like I started watching this show. It wasn't Critical Role, something else. It doesn't exist anymore, but I started watching that, and that really kind of got me interested again. It was on YouTube, and then I found Critical Role, and Critical Role's cool. I mean, I like Critical Role, but then I'm just like, you know what? Like, I really want to find somewhere to play D&D, and then I ended up going to this place called The Lost Dice.
Okay.
Along King William Road.
Right.
Which is it's a board games cafe.
Okay.
And they play D&D there every I can't remember the nights. I think it was like Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
And they play this thing called Adventurers League, which is basically, it's for people that practically don't have a group. So every time you show up, it's with random people. The DM gets paid. You need to pay for it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay.
And they kind of have their own adventure. And the problem with Adventurers League is everyone is in it for themselves.
Right.
So you're playing with random people who only care about themselves.
Okay.
So they could not care less what you do or what you want or what you want to do.
Okay.
So it's not very fun.
Yeah, right.
So I remember doing that, and I got a good taste for D&D, but I'm just like, you know what? Like, this isn't all that great. And I was really lucky at the time that another DM who I play on Tuesday nights, he posted on the board saying looking for an extra player. I managed to join this amazing group. I've been playing on Tuesday nights with this group for the past 3 years.
Yeah, right.
And it's just a lot of fun. Like, once you find a group of people that are into it as much as you, it's just great.
Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it?
You're with a group of nerds.
Yeah, just know that, right? There's no judgment. You're just having fun.
You're just role playing and you have fun. And
awesome.
It's away from, having to be outside or playing computer games.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely brings more of a social aspect, and I would say it's probably a bit healthier, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot healthier than playing computer games.
Yeah, that's my downfall. Thanks for coming on, man. I've had fun.
Yeah, me too, man.
Dude, I would say anyone that's interested in actually getting involved, watch the stream with Dan and everyone else, the boys and girls, on Down to Die on Twitch. I'll leave links. Check them out, and you can get a feel for it. And reach out, man. Everyone's super keen. More people in the community is only getting better. So
yeah, well, we're on. So we're on this. I'm actually on this Sunday.
Awesome.
We start filming at 1:30.
Yeah,
1:30 on Sunday. So yeah.
1:30 on Sunday. Usually goes for 4 hours or so.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. Check it out, guys. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's great. First time I've been on a podcast, and this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, it's nice to get back to filming, man, and even just have my half studio, half storage room. I've got like half my wardrobe in here. But it's been good. It's been good having you on, man. Appreciate it. Guys, keep an ear out for the next episode. Check out Down to Die, and keep on keeping on. Bye.
Thanks.
All right. That was good.
That was really good.
That's good. Yeah, you're good talking, man.
Really good. Like, I just
hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out. You and I talking. I can't even remember what we talked about.
Exactly. No, it's a hit now. And I was like, yeah, that's probably good enough.